For the Mayor, there is an urgent challenge to prevent more shops from closing. Luke Hanrahan, ITV News.
Well, to talk more about what market traders think of the Mayor's ideas, I'm joined by Simon Pitkeathley from Camden Town Unlimited, an organisation dedicated to the regeneration of the market there. But first, I went out to speak to some market stall holders about whether they think contactless technology is a good idea.
And the baseline of working in the street market is all about cash. You've got very poor people that are trying to manage their budgets, and they probably haven't all got the credit and haven't all got contact cards and all that. So, to be honest, he's talking rubbish.
I don't think it's going to work because market traders are generally uneducated people. Even the educated people would like to do that because it's too sophisticated for the market traders.
Right now it's not busy really, but if you're busy, I think that is the safest way of payment. I think it's a good idea.
The Whitechapel market, all markets like that, is going back like 50 years ago, and it's not modern. And I don't think you can modernise the market game.
I think we're all for it. I think, we need to modernise the markets and especially, make it convenient for the customers.
Well, there are a lot of very passionate people there talking about the fact that markets cannot be modernised. Camden has a very famous market. I mean, how's that going in terms of the regeneration?
Well, actually, I think what we've been able to do in Camden, particularly with the new owners that are coming in there, is introduce technology, and the traders that we're talking to really do embrace it. The fact is, you can't live in the past. You've got to keep moving forwards. We're all using our phones all the time, and that has to be the way in which you kind of get more business into the high street. Because let's not forget that markets, high streets, all those kind of commercial areas, they're increasingly where we go and do stuff, not where we just buy stuff, because we do so much online. So there has to be a draw and it has to be easy.
So has it been an easy process then for yourself and the other business leaders in Camden to be able to go through this period of regeneration?
Easy is probably not the word I'd use, because everything's always a challenge, and introducing change is never straightforward. But I certainly think that what we're realising is that we've got to make better use of the space we've got in our high streets. We've got to think about the space above the shops, the space around it, introducing workspaces we've done in Camden Town with our collective project, so that young people can find places where they can start their businesses, different ways in which we can use shops. And part of that is also we've got to encourage landlords to stop expecting the old levels of rent that they used to get. The world is changing and we've all got to change with it.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is adapting to a new world order even on the high street is very important, because do you believe that if people don't adapt, essentially high streets are going to continue to die?
Absolutely right, and you've seen out-of-town shopping centres and how much we're doing online nowadays. Adapt or die is, I think, a fair motto. There will always be the big centres that survive, that attract lots and lots of people, but if we want London to kind of evolve further down the route it already has in many ways, it's a whole series of towns and villages. We've got to think about how we densify those particular areas and make the best use of space there is, particularly affordable workspace and affordable housing as well.
Well, I'm sure lots of people are quite excited to see exactly what's going to happen with Camden. But Simon, thanks so much for coming in.
Pleasure.